Hi Nick, great to see you here on the Active Life podcast. Would you like to introduce yourself and what do you do?
I'm Nick Buckley, People Director for Transpeninne Express. So we're a train operator in the north, pretty much covering the whole of the north.
So today we're going to be talking all around physical well-being, wellness of employees. When it comes to Transpennine Express and you think of wellness of employees, what are the things that come to mind?
I think mental health is really important, and I know sort of being active plays a huge part in that. So certainly that's one of the main reasons for absence at Transpennine and lots of other businesses. Also musculoskeletal issues. So again, the more that people can move and stay active, the better. We've got a real mix of roles, but for example, for a driver, it's quite a sedentary role. They're sat down all day for long periods of time. Equally, for somebody like a conductor that's on their feet all day on an unstable train, that can sort of result in some musculoskeletal issues. So the more active our colleagues can be, the better, really.
How does movement challenges help, do you think, support the diverse workforce that you've got?
Yeah. So I think what it does, I think it's connecting people with similar interests. So because you've got an opportunity to join the teams virtually, you don't have to be in the same location, but it does give you an opportunity to have those conversations with people. So, if you've got, booking office staff in Scarborough, let's say, and then you've got colleagues that are on the train that they might not see every day, but actually through Active Hub realise that they've got an interest in running or they've got an interest in swimming. So I think it is a great way to sort of connect colleagues across the network, and use our network. We've got a fabulous benefit there of having the privilege of being able to use the network. So, if you want to get out and hike, then, no better way to do it than my train, basically. It's that type of job that you really need to make the effort to be more active and be healthy and look after yourself.
They need supporting. So how can having like a movement program in place support them in
Yeah.
their own journey?
Yeah, I think it's giving colleagues a tool where they can help themselves, actually. So yes, everybody can go out and go for a walk or go for a run. It just gives them extra motivation, I think.
So if someone was to come into one of the assessments that your occupational health team run,
Yeah.
and they've realised that the person could be tired, stressed, maybe overweight, might need to do something, they would then use the Active Hub to then point them in the direction of that.
Yeah, I think we're very lucky on the railway. We've got lots of lots of support mechanisms for individuals, be it mental health or physical health. But I think this is definitely something where somebody can help themselves. So it's just signposting to say this is a tool that might just help pull you together with your colleagues. Share some common interests and stay active and fit, and ultimately, keep yourself well.
And one of the things that we're really proud of is around the inclusivity of what we do for movement. We're not here to tell people to go and do a marathon. We're not here to tell people to go and watch a YouTube video and jump up and down in front of the TV. We really want anyone to do anything.
Yeah.
So how do you think inclusivity of movement helps an organisation of your, I guess, structured job roles
Yeah.
to ensure everyone can take part?
Yeah, I think it's really important for us. So one of our core values is be yourself. So we do want people in every, shape and form to be themselves. So I think if they can choose an activity where, they don't feel judged. So I think it just sort of fits really well with that value of being yourself, actually, and making those choices.
So TP recently won, if I'm right in saying, the Women's Employer of the Year award. Is that
Women
correct?
in Rail Employer
Women
of
in
the Year,
Rail
yeah.
Employer of the Year
Yeah.
award, which is great to hear.
Yeah, I think it's a huge benefit. We've done a lot of work on promoting and trying to encourage, in particular, more females to join the railway, because we still don't represent the communities we serve in a number of different ways. But I think having access and information for women that are in the railway about an understanding of issues like menopause that are affecting individuals every day. It's an important issue for us, and that we're giving people an opportunity to learn more about their own health and improve it.
So this year, the railway celebrated 200 years of railway in the UK, and we launched a programme called Miles of History. You came fourth overall for the number of activities logged, the distance travelled, which was fantastic. How do you find taking part in a industry-wide initiative like the Railway 200 programme helps bring the industry together, particularly at a time when Great British Railways is coming.
Yeah, I think it was perfect timing actually. I think it was a great opportunity to sort of to bring colleagues, together across the network, share experiences, and it also did create that healthy competition. I think amongst the train operating companies and Network Rail. But yeah, it's a good talking point as well. But I think it's something we're really, really, really proud to be forth in that. I think it was a fantastic idea. Yeah, great opportunity. Also, kind of look to the future of GBR and us bringing us together.
So let's talk about the TP Active Hub. So what did you look to achieve when you went and first deployed the Active Hub within TPE?
So I think it's the sort of activity side of things is something we've always really struggled with, how we get people. We've done sort of, stair challenges, or we've done, sort of weight loss competitions and things like that, just to try to encourage people to be sort of more active. But it felt like there was a bit of a gap. And I think this is a great opportunity that complements a lot of the other benefits and sort of services that we support people with. And, maybe even explore an activity that they used to do previously that they've not done for a while. Just give them the motivation to get back into swimming or running or whatever they enjoy.
From your perspective as a people director, what has the Active Hub done to support your colleagues within the culture of the business?
Pulled together is another one of our values, and I think that's what it's helped to do, is pull those teams together. It is, as we talked about, a safety critical culture where we need people to be fit and healthy, in order to do the really important jobs that they do. So I think it's just another opportunity to encourage that activity, really.
What examples have you seen where, since the program's been deployed, that you can see that wellbeing's had a notable impact within the business?
Yeah, so I think certainly around mental health, I think there are individuals that maybe were less active that are now more active, and they're seeing the benefits, the individual benefits for their mental health. And also, I think from a team perspective, things like our control function, that keeps the trains moving, and particularly in disruption, it can be quite a stressful role, when everything's going wrong across the network and they've got to piece it all together. We've really seen sort of some teams formed, running clubs and things like that in our control teams, which is really fantastic to see.
How do you think wellness programs, around empowering people to move more, helps add value to people maybe looking to come and work for the business?
Yeah, I mean, I think the expectations of employers has changed, over the years, and they've certainly increased. So
Yeah.
I think I would almost say there is an expectation actually now that employers do provide opportunities for colleagues, whether that be physical well-being, mental well-being, lots of other sort of benefits. So I do think it's no longer a choice. I think it's something that employers really need to take seriously, because it is important to people, to have that opportunity. A lot of people spend the majority of their day, the majority of their life at work. So to be able to incorporate exercise into that environment, I think is really important.
What part do you think leadership play? What's their role in
Yeah, I
this?
mean, I think there is a role model element to it. So I think you've got to get, as I have done, got involved in some of these activities yourself and understand how it works. Then you can talk more confidently about it if you've experienced it yourself. So I definitely think sort of role modelling, getting involved in these activities is really important. If we're sort of leading on promoting this one, I want to make sure that we're actively involved as well.
So, what advice would you give to any other HR leaders who are interested to focus on physical health? What guidance would you give them to try and empower their organisations to move more?
You've got to have a holistic approach to health and well-being. So I think there's not a solution that's going to solve all of your problems, but I think something like Active Hub is one piece of that jigsaw, basically. So I think I would encourage any employer to think about, how you improve activity, and I think, is a great way to do it, as long as that's complemented by other sort of support services that a business can offer.
So, you have access to Active Insights, which gives you clear visibility of what's going on in the Active Hub. Why is that important?
I think it sort of shows us which areas we've got interest in. We can see the difference between the activity across grades, where we need to focus our efforts, basically. So if we know from a health perspective, from other initiatives, where people might be struggling, I think we can pay more attention to those areas or those grades and try to, to think about what activity is gonna get them moving, and rewarding them, I think, as well, is just, giving them an opportunity to share their experiences, how they've motivated other people and just saying thank you, basically.
One word that describes what living an active life means to you.
Energy.
So Nick, thank you very much for joining us. Great conversation. Thank you.